got that? Yeah, what's that? Good evening and welcome to Millis High School's 119th commencement ceremony. Would you all please rise as our chorus, I got you right off the bat. Would you all please rise as our chorus sings the national anthem?
For the
Now we can all be seated. Thanks. Hopefully everybody had a chance to dust the pollen off your seats. I know it's been a little bit of a challenge around here lately. I promise these were clean right before we got out here, and so was the podium, and I got right up here, and I feel like I've got to go back. It feels like my house. As we begin our commencement exercises tonight, I have the pleasure of introducing the man the class of 2022 began their journey at Millis High School with as principal, and who gets to address them one final time today with pride as their superintendent. It is with great pleasure that I welcome to the podium our superintendent, Robert Mullaney.
Good evening and welcome to graduates, families of graduates, faculty, staff, school committee, select board, friends, and honored guests. I am proud to welcome you here to Welch Memorial Field for the commencement exercises of Millis High School's class of 2022. The young people behind me have demonstrated great knowledge, skill, compassion, humanity, perseverance, and tenacity on the way to this ceremony. They have faced loss, overcome obstacles, navigated detours, developed self-reliance, and persisted in some difficult times. The class of 2022 has emerged as confident, curious, and committed individuals who are ready to take the next step of their journey. As they prepare to leave Millis High School this evening, I'd like to reflect on a story of perseverance. Many of you know the story of Helen Keller. At the age of 19 months, she became ill and lost her sight and hearing. By the age of 6, unable to communicate, Helen had become frustrated, undisciplined, and hopeless. A former student from the Perkins School for the Blind in Boston, Annie Sullivan, went to Helen's home in Alabama and became her governess. Helen's only way to communicate with the outside world was through touch, so Annie taught her the alphabet by tracing letters in the palm of her hand. It wasn't until Annie traced the letters W-A-T-E-R in her hands while simultaneously pouring water over them that Helen realized the concepts of words and the names for things. Working with Annie, Helen was eventually able to read through the use of Braille, understand speech through touching a person's face while they were speaking, and communicate her own voice through writing. Helen eventually made it to Harvard's Radcliffe College, where she graduated cum laude in 1904. From there, she went on to become an international author and speaker on subjects ranging from civil rights to economics. She is recognized as one of the most influential and inspiring people of the 20th century. The year before she graduated college, Helen wrote an essay titled Optimism. In it, she discussed the role of hope in facing her challenges. Most people measure their happiness in terms of physical pleasure and material possession. Could they win some visible goal which they have set on the horizon, how happy they'd be. Lacking this gift or that circumstances, they would be miserable. If happiness is to be so measured, I, who cannot hear or see, have every reason to sit in a corner with folded hands and weep. Once I knew the depth where no hope was, and darkness lay on the face of all things. But a little word from the fingers of another fell into my hand, and that clutched at emptiness, and my heart leaped to the rapture of the living. Can anyone who has escaped such captivity, who has felt the thrill and glory of freedom, be a pessimist? Optimism is the face that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope. Once Helen gained hope and optimism in her life, she began a journey of incredible growth and contribution. Optimism fueled her desire to learn and to help others. Hope was a gift from her governess and companion, Annie Sullivan, who was optimistic that she could help a deaf, blind, unruly 6-year-old girl live a fulfilling life. In our times, there has been much research on the impact of optimism. Some scientific studies correlate optimism with a variety of positive health outcomes, including physical health, pain tolerance, survival rate from disease, and heart health. Other studies suggest optimism fuels higher motivation and lower stress levels. Studies cited in the Harvard Business Review indicate that optimists were significantly more likely to experience better financial health than pessimists. Psychologists who study optimism note that optimists tend to view bad times as temporary and are better able to bounce back after failures or setbacks. Pessimists are more likely to see negative events as permanent and unchangeable. When things go wrong, optimists tend to lay the blame on external forces and circumstances. Pessimists, on the other hand, are more likely to blame themselves for the unfortunate events in their lives. Optimists tend to view good events as being a result of their own efforts, while pessimists link good outcomes to external influences. Pessimists view setbacks as pervasive, and if they fail at one thing, they believe they will fail at other things, while optimists do not let failure in one area influence their beliefs about their abilities in other areas. And the research also says you can practice being optimistic. And I believe that's a practice that we all can use. So to the class of 2022, you face some challenging circumstances on your road to this stage. Facing obstacles head on with the conviction that you will succeed has helped you achieve this moment. As you leave us, please keep that glass half full. Please see that setbacks are temporary and you have the ability to overcome them. Please use a smile as your default facial expression. Please recognize the good in others, and please believe you can and will make a difference. The world needs your optimism now more than ever. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2022.
Thank you, Mr. Mullaney. At this time, I would like to introduce our class president, Megan Johnston.
Thank you, Mr. Adicki. Good evening. I would like to begin by thanking everyone in the audience for attending our graduation tonight. I know everyone in the class really appreciates your presence. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Megan Johnston, and I had the privilege of being the president of the class of 2022 for the past 4 years. Thanks to this position, I had the opportunity to get to know each and every person in our grade, which I feel makes this moment even more exciting and special. As we all sit here tonight, I know that most of us probably feel thrilled that today has finally come. After 4 years of incredibly hard work, we have made it. But I know today can also be a stressful day for people. With our futures right ahead of us and the responsibilities of adulthood looming above, it may be tempting to wish to go back in time. To go back to early childhood when our future was some faraway idea, and the most stressful thing on our mind was what was on TV that night. But as we know, we can never go back in time, and whether we like it or not, we have all grown up. But it is also important to remember that growing up can be a very beautiful thing. At this very moment, we are in the unique position of having a completely blank slate. We are at a point where we are able to create a life that is uniquely ours. A life that we are now able to mold into whatever chaotic and fun shape we would like. To this point, our entire childhood and adolescence has been mapped out for us. Despite life's twists and turns, most of us knew exactly what to expect day after day, year after year. Ages 5 to 10, we spent our days in the Clyde Brown, completing math boxes and discussing reading street passages, doodling with our friends, and partaking in intensely competitive soccer games at recess. Then, from ages 11 to 18, we all walked through the doors of Millis Middle and High School, 5 days a week, entering at 8 a.m. and leaving at 2:20 p.m., with some of us staying hours after school ended to participate in a multitude of extracurriculars. From pep rallies to sports games, art showcases and productions, to playing volleyball at the sand courts when the weather got nice, some of our fondest memories happened in a building right over there. And it's hard to let that go. But saying goodbye to what we have always known will allow us to grow as people and experience things we never thought possible. Tonight is all about looking back on the greatest moments we shared throughout high school and celebrating all that we accomplished. But this is not it, this is not the end, and I know that this group of incredible people will have even better moments ahead of them. So as we move on, there's one thing that we should try to hold on to from childhood that some of us may have lost. As children, we felt we had the ability to accomplish anything and answered any future-related questions with unwavering confidence because we knew whatever we dreamt we could do. So as we say goodbye to the life we have always known, let's face our up-and-coming adventures the way we would have as kids, with determination and fearlessness. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. At this time, I would like to introduce our senior speaker this evening, Jaden Adams.
Good evening, friends, family, faculty, and most importantly, the class of 2022. Thank you to everyone who's sitting in the audience right now. I know it means the world to all of us that you're here for this moment. And a special thanks to Superintendent Bob Mullaney and Principal Mark Audicki. As a collective, our class couldn't have made it throughout the past 4 years without your unconditional passion and support for the Millis community. When we were little, our teachers asked us who we wanted to be. At the ripe old age of 5, the ways to answer this question are endless and full with rich opportunities for magic and wild imagination. What prompted this question was the Alphabet Day Parade, a Millis kindergarten tradition that most of this graduating class was lucky enough to participate in. With this simple question, the world was at our suddenly and admittedly tiny fingertips. This parade was a bright and colorful celebration of our young hopes and aspirations. Some of us adorned a D around our neck for dancer, an M for movie star, and even an R for race car driver. When asked who I wanted to be, it was clear that I would wear a carefully crafted W for Wonder Woman. She was exactly who I wanted to be. Fierce, brave, and above all else, true to her heart. I couldn't wait to emulate these qualities, both in the Alphabet Day Parade and in whatever my life had in store for me. Now, once again, we stand in front of all of our families, friends, and teachers. When we are asked the same question, who do we want to be? People expect a different type of answer. There is a Sylvia Plath quote from her famous novel, The Bell Jar, that I revisited quite often this year when we were tasked with answering this question. The quote goes like this: "I saw my life branching out before me like the green fig tree in this story. I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make up my mind which of the figs I would choose." So many of us want so many different things for the rest of our lives, and choosing where to start can be daunting. I think as a collective, we often felt confused or lost about the people we would be after high school. What would this person look like? Would they want the same things that we do right now? Would they be able to get what they wanted? And most importantly, could we really be more than one thing? With the end of our adolescence looming, and after fighting through our own individual and collective battles we faced over the past 4 years, I think it's safe to say we've made it out the other side stronger than ever. We're now able to realize something that perhaps we couldn't have realized before, that we don't have to be just one thing. All of us will go on to do so many incredibly vibrant things with our lives that will make them wholly our own. We will not suffer or starve under the fig trees of our lives, but flourish beneath them. As we move on from Millis High School, our future holds unopened doors, allowing us to try, experience, and live through different adventures, potential heartbreaks, and new beginnings. We can have the freedom of a dancer, the confidence of a movie star, the bravery of a race car driver, and the heart of a superhero. I feel privileged and look forward to seeing who we all decide we want to be.
As we continue on, and I notice too at the speakers that the print is really, you can tell how good their eyes are, because I would never be able to see this. I introduce our class of 2022 salutatorian, Riley Conroy.
Good evening, and thank you to Mr. Mullaney, Mr. Audicki, the Millis School Committee, the faculty, family, and friends for helping make this ceremony possible and being here tonight to support the class of 2022. Over the past 4 years, countless obstacles have been thrown our way, but despite all, we have persevered and are finally here. Very soon, we will be Millis High School graduates. It's hard to believe this day has come. Naturally, most of us are sitting here, reminiscing about the times, both good and bad, that we have spent together, dressing up for playoff sports games, stressing about upcoming AP exams, and chatting with Miss Boise in the library. This night not only marks the end of our careers as high school students, but the start of our journeys into the real world. Each and every one of us on this stage tonight is starting fresh. In a few short months, many of us will be moving to different towns, states, and even continents, with the opportunity to do, see, learn, and experience something completely new. Having spent my whole life in Millis, in the same house, going to school with the same people, I understand that this idea of change is twofold. It's both terrifying and exhilarating, nerve-wracking and thrilling. We have had the privilege of attending a school where there is a space for everyone in their interests, whether that be music, film, art, athletics, or drama, and an unwavering support system. Few other schools provide an environment where you can walk into classrooms, sometimes with teachers you've never even had before, and know that someone is there to help you in whatever way possible. And not many other graduating classes can leave knowing that there is a place that will welcome them back with open arms. This is because there is no other place exactly like Millis. But this is not to say there aren't amazing places outside of Millis. Beyond these 12.3 square miles of land, there is a world of possibilities, waiting for each of us to take advantage of them. And these past 4 years at Millis High School have provided us with the tools to do just that. We have been taught things beyond how to use proper MLA formatting or Spanish verb conjugations. We have been taught how to collaborate with one another, the importance of pursuing your passions, and that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. While the future may seem daunting, as well as the idea of leaving behind a place with so many memories and emotions, it is also full of opportunity. During our time as the class of 2022, we have built a home and a legacy for ourselves here in Millis, and leave tonight with the ability to do it again in whatever way that may be. Our time at Millis High School has allowed us to grow and develop as individuals while learning valuable life lessons about time management, the value of community, and the importance of curiosity. While it may feel overwhelming being thrown out into the world, and I know I'm not alone in saying that, we will always have the knowledge we gained at Millis to fall back on. Even though this is probably one of the last times our entire class will be together, I feel confident in saying that none of us will ever forget our time in Millis, and will use it to flourish in our own unique ways. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our speakers tonight. As we continue our 119th commencement exercises at Millis High School, we have the chance to recognize some very special guests. Because of the nature of the past two graduation ceremonies, we have not been able to carry on the wonderful tradition of welcoming back our MHS graduates celebrating the 50th anniversary of their graduation from our small school. So this year, we've invited back the classes of 1970, 1971, and 1972 to celebrate with us. These classes were witness to a new decade. As the class of 1970 headed toward graduation, the classes of 71 and 72 waited in the wings, and by looking at their yearbooks, created some pretty lasting memories. As the Vietnam War continued on, 1970 would see tragic events unfold during the Kent State protests, following President Richard Nixon's order to invade Cambodia. That year wasn't all tragedy, although some of you may consider the breakup of the Beatles a tragedy for sure. 1970 would also see a revolution in aviation as the Boeing 747 made its first commercial flight from New York to London, and people nationwide celebrated the first Earth Day. The class motto that year was, "The windows of success are open to those who study." Our graduates today and current students can all take something from that saying. As the class of 1970 headed off to their futures, the class of 1971 were off to see The Wizard, enjoying their school production of The Wizard of Oz. The Soviet Union launched the first space station, and the NASDAQ began operations as the world's first electronic stock market. The slogan, "Old enough to fight, old enough to vote," resonated with the youth voting movement that year, and in July of 1971, the 26th Amendment was passed. Constitution was ratified, lowering the voting age from 21 to 18. The class history talked about the achievements they had witnessed in technology while yearning for more humanity and meaning in a crazy world. And I would say 51 years later, boy, does that continue to ring true today. Then we come to the class of 1972, who graduated in a year marked by tragedy, triumph, and scandal. Technology continued its rapid progress with the introduction of the first digital watches, which were nothing like the Apple Watches that are sitting on our wrists today. The pocket scientific calculator students have come to rely on was introduced by Hewlett-Packard that year, selling for $395. The Summer Olympics in Munich were impacted by the terrorist attack of the Palestinian group Black September, who took 9 members of the Israeli Olympic team hostage, sadly killing 2 others. Though overshadowed by the hostage crisis, there was also triumph at the Olympics. American swimmer Mark Spitz won 7 of his 9 gold medals in the 1972 games and was the most decorated American Olympic swimmer until a guy by the name of Michael Phelps came along. 1972 also saw the beginning of one of the biggest political scandals in our nation's history, the Watergate scandal, brought to light by the investigative reporting of Washington Post's Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein. With everything going on in the world, the class still managed to have fun. And by the write-up in the yearbook, it sounds like the class trip to Mount Sunapee in New Hampshire was one for the ages. Members of all 3 classes and some townies among us will remember Eddie Winokur and his family orchestra, the Joseph M. Herman Shoe Company, the Cott Corporation, and Clico Club Ginger Ale. Since graduating from Millis High School, members of all 3 classes have gone off to accomplish great things, many of them serving our own town here in Millis, and they continue to leave their mark on the world. We are proud of all they have done and all they have given back, and it is our pleasure to welcome them home today. If all 3 classes could please stand up, I ask that you join me in acknowledging the members of the Millis High School classes of 1970, 1971, and 1972. And now we have behind me the class of 2022. I've said it many times, but this class was the only one in our school building this year to experience a normal full year of school when they were freshmen back in 2018. You think about that for a second. When they finished that freshman year, there was no way we could have predicted how the next 2 years would go. However, we're so happy they were able to bookend their high school experience with as close to a normal year as possible. Just a couple of weeks ago, when this class left the building on May 13th to prepare for their senior project presentations, we immediately missed the presence of their leadership, spirit, commitment, and positivity in our school building. I know the classes below them will pick up that torch moving forward, but these students behind me have made a lasting impact on our school and community that will be felt for a long time. As you entered the field today, you saw 2 new signs donated to the school as part of senior projects, our Welcome to the Swamp sign and our Welch Memorial Field sign. If you're out in town, you'll see students wearing t-shirts and sweatshirts designed and sold by one of our seniors, raising money for our arts programs. Attached to the shed over there, you'll see the construction of a new storage area for students to use playing on our beach volleyball court. Walk by the front of our school, you'll now be able to take out books from the tiny library that sits out by the bus loop. If you head to the town fields, you're going to see an outdoor AED machine donated by one of our seniors. You can check out the Millis Memories YouTube page, and you'll find powerful, impactful, and award-winning videos giving perspective to the social issues of our times. Drive around town, you're going to find the new Radar Street sign. Be careful when you're driving around now, but drive around, you're going to see the new Radar Street sign gifted to our town to help promote public safety. If you're around school during the year, you could have learned Muay Thai, heard an inspiring performance by a group of incredible disabled musicians, been instructed on how to build a robot, watched raspberry juice help to create power, been comforted by a therapy dog, participated in a group focused on improving student mental health, heard character speeches from the works of Frederick Douglass, or attended a music festival right here on this field. I could go on and on with the accomplishments and contributions these students behind me have made through their senior projects alone. Suffice it to say, they are pretty impressive. It certainly gives me pause to think what more you might have done had you been in school every day over the past 4 years, in the classroom, on the athletic field, and in the community. At the same time, it fills me with an incredible level of excitement knowing that you did all of these things in a short amount of time here, and now you have the world at your doorstep and all the time you need to share your gifts wherever you land on the next step of your journey. I hope that the world is ready for you because I firmly believe you have the tools to light a fire of positivity on those around you while driving home the message that the best days for all of us are just on the horizon. It's been my great pleasure to be school counselor to many of you and now to finish as principal to this entire group of students who have given so much back to Millis High School. You've been outstanding representatives and ambassadors of our school. You've blazed a new path in what I know has been a difficult and uncertain time for so many, and the resilience and strength you have all shown along the way is going to give you the strength you need to triumph in your future accomplishments. For all of you on the field in front of me today, I congratulate you for the outstanding individuals you've raised behind me. I would like to thank the class of 2022 for all they've given back to MHS and for the mantle of leadership I hope our underclassmen will continue to carry as this class heads off to make their mark on the world. On your last journey through the halls of MHS, with Jack Halloran proudly hoisting the speaker in front of your procession, you were blasting a song from 1985, Your Love, by The Outfield. For us old folks, given what we typically hear you all playing, it was a surprising yet very well received choice from many of the staff. I look back to the music of 1985, and there was a song that came out that same year that I thought fit perfectly for this class, and you've probably heard it, John Mellencamp's Small Town. I'm sure you've heard the song, and I think if you listen to the lyrics, much of it will ring true to you. We want to know that just like it is for the classes of 1970, 71, and 72 that have returned here today, this small school and this small town will always be your home. I want to say congratulations to the class of 2022. At this time, I'd like to recognize members of the Millis School Committee who are here with us this evening. I want to recognize Chair Stephen Catalano, Secretary Denise Gibbons, Robin Briggs, Mark Conroy, and Kerry Roach. I'd also like to acknowledge members of the Select Board that are here with us tonight, Chair Erin Underhill and Clerk Ellen Rosenfeld. I'd like to thank the Millis Public Schools staff who have been able to join us here this evening and would like to recognize the contributions of the staff of Clyde Brown, Millis Middle, and Millis High Schools for all their work in helping these students reach their milestone. They're all sitting up there in the stands today proudly looking over you, so I think they deserve a very good round of applause for all they've done to bring you to this point today. I'd like to thank Millis Police, Millis Fire, our nursing staff, the Millis Board of Health, Millis Community Media, and the entire community of Millis for their support of our students along the way and at tonight's ceremony. I'd also like to acknowledge the tireless work of John Engler and our custodial crew who have done an incredible job of putting everything together to make this day possible out here on the football field. I'd also like to thank our office staff, and I said this last year when I took over this ceremony for the first time, sitting in the office down the hall for 13, 14 years. I knew there was a lot that went into graduation and class day and everything. I never realized exactly how much it was, and the tireless efforts of Terry Bedard, who is sitting over here to my left, Tracy Maycomber, who was here in the stands and may still be, and Erica Harkey, who I think is watching at home. I just want to say thank you to them for all of their work. I'd also like to thank Danielle Mannion, Dave Bush, our team of students down here that came together to help capture this event on video so you'll all be able to see when you get home afterwards. And I'd also like to thank Mr. Femino, the members of the Millis High School Chorus, Mrs. Janice Norton, and the members of the Millis High School Band for bringing musical life to today's ceremony. Finally, I'd like to thank the co-class advisors of the class of 2022, John Saig and Erin Sullivan, who have supported this class through countless hours over the past 4 years. And along with the help and support of our parent volunteers, all our community sponsors, the seniors have had a pretty memorable conclusion to their experience at Millis High School. So thank you on behalf of all of them to all of you. All right, so before we confer diplomas on the Millis High School class of 2022, we'd like to acknowledge the following students who are being recognized by the Spanish Ministry of Education for the completion of academic studies as Spanish immersion students here at the high school. They will be receiving diplomas as graduating members of an international Spanish academy. I'd like to welcome our special guests today, Manuel Colazo Fernandez, the Education Advisor from the Consulate General of Spain, and Ana Duran de la Colina, the Consul General of Spain here in Boston. The Consul General will come up to say a few words, and then we will confer our ISA diplomas.
Thank you very much for inviting me here today. It is a pleasure for me to attend one of the events organized by Millis High School Spanish Immersion. I really appreciate you counting on me. I want to thank the administrators at Millis School District, especially Superintendent Robert Mulani, Principal Mark Ardicki and the team for their support and commitment to the Spanish Immersion program. I also want to congratulate all the teachers for their effort and hard work to achieve the goals they can see every year. And above all, I want to thank the parents who entrust the education of their children to this program. I know it was not an easy decision, and a lot of time it seems to go against the stream. For this reason, I want to congratulate them for this important decision they made years ago, to educate the children in a bilingual program that is now flourishing. Of course, I would like also to congratulate the graduates who are the real stars of this event and to wish them the best of luck in college next year. They know they are the best and that they can stand out even more than those students who are not lucky enough to receive a bilingual education. It is a goal of the Spanish government to continue supporting Spanish immersion programs because we consider investing in our language and our culture to be a bet in the future. The Education Office of the Embassy of Spain supports immersion program in different ways, providing training to teachers and administrations of the international Spanish academies, donating materials, offering students the opportunity to obtain the DELE, which is a diploma in Spanish as a foreign language. We also offer highly qualified teachers to work in the programs, and we have provided conversation assistance like the 4 ones you had in your schools this year. We are also trying, using the network of ICA schools, which links 130 schools across the country, to enable these schools to work together and improve their programs in order to offer an education of the highest level. I can assure that the Consulate of Spain in Boston is very proud to be able to collaborate with programs like the one in Millis, one of the most dynamic and enthusiastic we work with, and a reference point for other schools. Congratulations, thank you for all your hard work and for choosing our wonderful language.
you can stay here, so I'll,
Okay.
if you want, you can come over this side. You and me will come over here. And then I will call them up, and you can present the diplomas to them. It should be in order. Okay. Thank you very much. So, at this time, I would like to ask the following students to please come forward to receive their International Spanish Academy diplomas. Haley Burns. Should we come up from this way? She'll come around. Yep. Congrats. Colin Christie. Lucas Komisky. Anthony Coots. Daniel Horahan. Kayla Hoyland. Alexander Joseph. Derek Lazar. Braden McPhee. Ryan Mullen. Benjamin Padelka. Allison Stallings. Jonah Staples. Colin Streck. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much for our guests from the Spanish Consulate, and congratulations to all of our Spanish immersion students. Okay, a couple of logistical matters before we get to the main event here tonight. First, you are welcome to come forward and take pictures of your graduates. We have ample space right here, so as your students are coming up, you are welcome to come up. There's plenty of room for you to get a great photo. Following the presentation of diplomas, we will have a wonderful tribute from the members of our chorus. When the chorus tribute is over, I'd ask the audience to please remain in their seats until the graduates and then the staff have left the stadium. And then after the procession, you're certainly welcome to stick around and take some pictures with your families. Now I would like to ask Mark Conroy of the Millis School Committee to join me in the presentation of diplomas to the members of the class of 2022. This year, during diploma presentation, we will also be recognizing our awards and scholarships being presented to the members of the class of 2022. I want to, from the bottom of all of our hearts, say thank you to the generosity of our scholarship donors and for being such an important part of our school and community. In this year's program, you can read all about our scholarships and find out more about the individuals and organizations they're named for. So a thank you to everyone who's donated scholarships to our students here at Millis High School. At this time, it is my honor to confer diplomas on the Millis High School class of 2022. Superintendent Mullaney, Millis School Committee, families, friends, and guests. I certify, as principal of Millis High School, that all of the following students have fulfilled the necessary state and local requirements for a Millis High School diploma or certificate of completion. Here we go. Guys ready? They looked so nervous. They were not nervous when we practiced this the last 2 days, but I saw our little nerves today. You got this. Colin Streck. Colin is the recipient of the Salutatorian Award, sponsored by the Millis Teachers Association. He is also the recipient of the Math Award, presented to the student who achieves the highest average in that subject over a 4-year period, and the Technology Award, presented to a student who has excelled in computer science. He's also the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Students receiving this award have maintained an academic average of 3.5 or better and have met other stringent criteria developed by the President's Education Awards program. Colin is also receiving the Jack Warsoff Memorial Scholarship. Riley Conroy. Riley is the recipient of the Richard Pixley Memorial Salutatorian Award, sponsored by the class of 1955. She's also the recipient of the Spanish Non-Immersion Award, which recognizes a senior who has demonstrated mastery and enthusiasm in the subject, and the Science Award, presented to the student who achieves the highest average in the subject over a 4-year period. Riley is also receiving a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. She's also the recipient of the Morris C. and Judith Mushnick Memorial Scholarship and the Millis School Committee Scholarship. Megan Johnston. Megan is the recipient of the Student Council Award, awarded to a dedicated member of the Student Council. She's also the recipient of the United States History Award, sponsored by the Millis Teachers Association, presented to a student who has demonstrated achievement and interest in this subject. Megan is also receiving a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence, as well as the Dr. George C. Roy Student Council Scholarship, the AMVETS Ladies Auxiliary Post 495 Scholarship, and the Millis Girls Softball League Scholarship. Jaden Adams. Jaden is the recipient of the Digital Media Production Award presented to the senior who's done an outstanding job in TV production. She's also the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Jaden is also receiving the Novick Family Scholarship and a Grit Scholarship. Dulce Abreu. Dulce is the recipient of the Physical Education Outdoor Pursuits Award presented to students who have shown great ability and motivation in the subject. Jordan Amaral. Get your picture. Congrats, Jordan. You're welcome. Weston Ambrose. Weston is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. He is also receiving the Bryce Matthew McCarthy Memorial Foundation Scholarship and a Grit Scholarship. Job, Wes. DeLacy Atkinson. Thomas Azir. Thomas is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. He is also receiving the Millis Lions Club Scholarship. Cole Blumenau. Cole is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Haley Burns. Haley is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. She is also receiving the Live Your Best Life Scholarship given by the Love Pug Foundation. Carlson Cantareggi. Carlson is the recipient of a President's Silver Award for Educational Achievement, recognizing students who have maintained an academic average of 3.0 or better. He's also receiving the Niles Rosenfeld Memorial Scholarship, the Millis Garden Club Scholarship in memory of Janice Simpson, the Love Pug Foundation Scholarship, Augusto Fish and Game Club Scholarship, and the Millis Flag Football Scholarship. Colin Christie. Colin is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Congrats, Colin. Emmett Clark. Emmett is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Johnny Clayton. Riley Collins. Riley is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Carla Ferzoko. Carla is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. She is also receiving the Pauline L. Smith Medical Services Scholarship and the Alyssa Gagne Memorial Scholarship. Matthew Fiala. Matthew is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Lucas Komisky. Lucas is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Rondell Copeland. And the fan club. I love this. Congrats, Rondell. Thank you. You're welcome. Anthony Coots. Anthony is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. He is also receiving the Millis Boosters Club Scholarship and the Coach Ernie Richards Memorial Scholarship. Brendan Davis. Brendan is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. He is also receiving the Dominic E. Lupino Memorial Scholarship and the Millis Lions Club Scholarship. Nicholas Dayhoff. Oh, get your picture. Darwin Delaney. Darwin is the recipient of a President's Silver Award for Educational Achievement. Raymond DeMarco. Raymond is the recipient of a President's Silver Award for Educational Achievement. Congrats, Bray. You're welcome. Congrats. Adela El Khoury. Adela is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Ashley Farrington. Ashley is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Crystal Flint. Crystal is the recipient of the Art Award, presented to a senior whose achievement and love of art are exceptional. She's also receiving the Metro West Principals Award. Crystal is also the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Colin Fernaro. Congrats, Colin. Stay picture. Devin Gatz. Devin is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. She is also receiving the Democrat Town Committee Scholarship, the Sean Caulfield Memorial Scholarship, and a Grit Scholarship. Michael Gavigan. Rachel Geddes. Rachel is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. She is also receiving the Clay and Michael Larcom Scholarship and a Grit Scholarship. Maggie Graham. Maggie is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. She is also receiving the Aram Karagalanian Tennis Scholarship, the Maxanne O'Rourke Memorial Scholarship, and the Millis Teachers Association Scholarship. Julia Groton. Julia is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Alexander Joseph. Alexander is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Jess Kahn. Jess is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. He is also receiving the Ed Winokur Scholarship. Okay. I promise to finish. Congrats. Thanks, Jess. He said that was going to be light. Chloe Varaki. Chloe is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. She is also receiving the Middlesex Savings Bank Scholarship. Jack Halloran. Jack is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. He is also receiving the Nicholas Diamandis Memorial Scholarship. Andrew Hatch. Andrew is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Katarina Hollister. Katarina is the recipient of a President's Silver Award for Educational Achievement. Take your picture. Congrats, Kat.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Daniel Horahan. Daniel is the recipient of the Spanish Immersion Award, presented to a senior who has demonstrated achievement and interest in the subject. He's also the recipient of the Physical Education Award, Fit for Life Award, recognizing excellence in the subject. Daniel is also the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Kayla Hoyland. Kayla is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Joseph Hubble. Joseph is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Congrats, Joe. Thank you. You're welcome. Leith Jehu. You are the award, Leith. Hold on for your picture. Kaylee Joe. Kaylee is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Congrats. You're welcome. Breton Kohler. Breton is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Matthew Kraus, accompanied by Harry. Matthew is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Take your picture. Hang on, Matt. Hang on, Matt. Good boy. I think he just won. Congrats, Maddie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Derek Lazar. Derek is the recipient of a President's Silver Award for Educational Achievement. Congrats, Derek. Congrats. Amy Lund. Matthew Malloy. Matthew is the recipient of a President's Silver Award for Educational Achievement. L. McClary. Elle is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. She is also receiving the Millis Lions Club Scholarship. Connor McMahon. Nicholas Quinzani. Nicholas is the recipient of the Physical Education Outdoor Pursuits Award. He's also receiving the MSAA Student Achievement Award. Also, he is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Tonight, he'll also be receiving the Millis Police Scholarship, the Mohawk Pride Boys Basketball Scholarship, the Millis Boosters Club Scholarship, and the Bogastow Fish and Game Club Scholarship. James Roddick. Braden McPhee. Hang in. Congrats, man. Bola McHale. Bola is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Congrats, Bola. Thank you. You're welcome. Daniela Molinaro. Daniela is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Hold up, Daniela. Congratulations. You're welcome. Ryan Mullen. Ryan is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. He's also receiving the Diane Hatch Memorial Scholarship and the Ingraham Family Scholarship. Caroline Mundy. Caroline is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. She is also receiving the James and Margaret Tabarani Scholarship. Robert Nirenberg. Congrats, Bobby. You're welcome. Julia Olmsted. Julia is the recipient of a President's Silver Award for Educational Achievement. She is also receiving the Walpole Police Department Chief John F. Carmichael Jr. Scholarship. Kaylee Peck. Kaylee is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. She is also receiving the AMVETS Post 495 Scholarship. Benjamin Padelka. Benjamin is the recipient of the English Award, given each year to a student who demonstrates great passion and skill in English language arts. He's also the recipient of the Chorus Award, presented to a senior who has exceptional talent and love of music. Ben is also receiving a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence, and tonight he'll be receiving the William and Sylvia Vellante Memorial Scholarship and the Millis School Committee Scholarship. Timothy Ryan. Timothy is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Montina Santos. Montina is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Julia Schofield. Julia is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Sophia Sisto. Sophia is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. She's also receiving the AMVETS Ladies Auxiliary Post 495 Scholarship and the Ingraham Family Scholarship. Celeste Smith. That's all right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Allison Stallings. Allison is the recipient of the Physical Education Fit for Life Award, recognizing excellence in the subject. She's also the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Tonight, she'll also be receiving the Warsofsky Memorial Scholarship and a Grit Scholarship. Jonah Staples. Jonah is the recipient of the Band Award, presented to a student who shows passion, musicianship, and dedication in band. He's also the recipient of the Mary Kay Galvin Award, sponsored by the Millis Teachers Association and named after a former mathematics teacher and administrator. This award is given to a student who shows deep insight and outstanding achievement in mathematics. Jonah is also receiving a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence, and tonight is the recipient of the Frank L. Laurie McDonough Scholarship. Liam Walsh. Liam is the recipient of a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Congrats, Liam. You're welcome. Bridget Welch. Bridget is also receiving the Metro West Principals Award and a President's Gold Award for Educational Excellence. Oh. You ready? Big moment for Bridget here as she's going to lead the class as I present to you the Millis High School class of 2022. You didn't hit anybody either. You did great. Whatever they are.
Come on, everybody. Come on, chorus.
Which one are we doing, Mr. Hunter? You're not gonna do it? I know mine. Okay, as long as he knows it.
Congratulations.
Can we have sound?
We don't have sound.
There's no sound.
Testing, 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 testing. Testing, 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 testing. Is it working? Yeah. Is it on? Testing, 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 testing.
Bring it on home.
Whoa.
Don't you come see about me. I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. Tell me your troubles and doubts, giving me everything inside and out. And
strange, so real in the dark. Think of the tender things that we were working on. Slow change may pull us apart. When the light gets into your heart, baby, don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. You stand above me, look my way, you'll never love me. Rain keeps falling down. You recognize me, look my way, you'll walk by. Rain keeps falling down. Hey, 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 hey.
Don't you try to pretend it's my feeling will win in the end. I won't harm you or touch your defenses, vanity and security. Don't you forget about me. I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. Going to tear you apart, I'll put us back together at heart, baby. Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. As you walk on by and you call my name. As you walk on by and you call my name. As you walk away. Oh, will you walk away? Will you walk on by? Come on, call my name. Will you call my name? I say la 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 la. As you walk on by and you call my name. As you walk on by and you call my name. As you walk on by and you call my name.
Again, thank you to the chorus for that outstanding performance and for everybody for participating. I want to just say one more time, congratulations to the Millis High School class of 2022. Everybody, please drive home safely, enjoy your evening, and go Celtics. Have a good night, everybody.